But there's this channel called Wolves and Finance, and some of you have reached out to me on my email that you can see in the description of this video. You can email me with tips. You can email me with videos that you've watched. And Wolves and Finance made this video about alleged, okay, I don't want to get in trouble, fraud in Turning Point USA. And this is the channel Wolves and Finance. Make sure, and I want to make sure that you understand that this guy, I forgot his name. His name is what is it? Wolves and Finance with Zach De Gregorio. So Zach was doing the numbers. There was this IRS forms that were missing. There was three of them that were not filed, and all of a sudden they appear with kind of a retroactive date. Okay, that is strange enough, I guess, but well, and what did he find in here? Well, he found only that they all of a sudden appeared when people began asking, or asking questions about this. That's why it's so important to ask questions. There's so much stuff, and I made videos about Turning Point and the dudes at Turning Point, that their behavior is so reactive that something happens and they react to that. Something pops up and they react to that. Something pops up and they react to that. That is suspicious. Because, yeah, people are starting to dig into not only Charlie Kirk's assassination, but what was going behind closed doors. And what was going behind closed doors, well, it's really concerning. The other thing that Zach spotted, this is the intro, is that there were basically the two main independent contractors of the Turning Point USA, TPUSA, let's say independent contractors, was Tyler Boyer, who is basically one of the head honchos at Turning Point itself. Zach mentioned, by the way, you see that there's something redacted in here, and that the problem is, I'm just going to mention this passingly in this file, in the filing of this. This was the actual address of Tyler Boyer. Zach made sure to say that please do not do anything regarding that address. I'm going to say that myself. Don't do anything regarding that address. He looked for that address on Google Maps. The only thing that he did is, it was quite a huge mansion, according to Zach's words. That is interesting. And there was quite some money, as in this case was Chief Operations Officer Services. He's like an independent contractor. Yeah, you can have a Chief Operation Officer as an independent contractor as Chief Operating Officer. But the other one was something called 110 LLC. And okay, 110 LLC. And there was an address for 110 LLC. And 110 LLC had received $1.5 million, which is not a negligible amount of money. And why? What was those 1.5 million? Social and digital media ad placement. Oh my God! I need to create. I need to create an agency that works on that. I need that. I need to create a. We could get together. Maybe if you know about marketing, we should make a social and digital media and ad placement a company. Oh my God, 1.5 million. That is nice money. But then Zach was a bit concerned about they receiving that amount of money, and say, I'm gonna pay them a visit. And the address is in Arizona, and the guy went to Arizona and found out that the address of 110 LLC is literally a strip mall. And that's it. I would have been really surprised. I don't know how much Zach had to travel for this. And he walked the whole strip mall. And no, it was there was no company in charge of media or anything. It was it was your usual American strip mall with your nail salon and stuff, and your pet grooming, and that's it. And what is going on here? What is going on here? So he kept digging, and I'm gonna play some clips of his video. I'm sure that he doesn't mind. Let me see. We can play this.
Location. Does this company actually exist? Well, we do have records that it is owned by someone named Jake Hoffman, who is actually the former communications director for Turning Point USA.
Okay, the owner of that company, who had been getting $1.5 million, is from a former communications director at TPUSA. Very, extremely convenient. Let me see if I can fix this captions. Just very quickly, I can do this. I can do this. Where am I? Okay, I can put this right here. Much better. Much better.
A Republican state senator in Arizona.
Okay, wait a second. What?
Director for Turning Point USA. He is now a Republican state senator in Arizona.
Okay, he is now a Republican state senator in Arizona. The plot thickens.
Now, just to give you some context, Jake Hoffman is a really powerful person in Arizona, which may be why no one has talked about this before.
Yeah, it was very interesting that it all began, falling into place. And at the same time, Jake reminded us that Turning Point is about to have this huge event. I'm gonna fast forward here. I'm gonna tell you what is Jake's channel. I'm going to okay.
To know the specific audit procedure that you did to ensure that this was a legitimate company and not an illegal payment to a politician.
Yeah, because the politician is the owner of a company whose address, basically the company doesn't exist at that address. You see the black hole that we're talking about?
In a few weeks, Turning Point is hosting their biggest event of the year, America Fest. All of your favorite content creators will be showing up in Phoenix, Arizona.
Not me, sadly.
To give speeches. I wonder if any of these people have a problem with Turning Point sending $1.5 million to a parking lot.
That is the silver lining. I was not invited, but at the same time, if I had found out about this, no. That's why I prefer to just go like Kung Fury. I work alone. I work like this. That is not my Batman voice. This is my Batman voice. I work alone.
Are any of them going to address in their speech any of the financial concerns at Turning Point?
My guess is that no, Zach, that they are not going to do that. I mean, again, I'm going to recommend Zach's channel again, which is Wolves and Finance. Make sure to follow Zach at his channel. And that was has been making videos, and thanks to those who reach out to me on my email and send me this video, because, well, my mind was blown with this. And again, I always thought about that. It would be nice to, get invited to these events and, speak in front of tens of thousands of people. Sometimes I speak in front of tens of thousands of people. I here in my live stream, so you know what I mean. Face to face. I was talking about that on an Instagram live the other day. I was testing lives on Instagram. I was talking about that, how important it is to be face to face. But oh man, the problem is when you begin to hang out with people that, okay, it's suspicious activity. And as I've told you over and over again, and one of the problems here that I see, for example, with not with Erica Kirk, I would say one of the problems that Erica Kirk has, I want to correct my wording. I think that one of the problems that Erica Kirk has is that she is the CEO of Turning Point, right? And she being the CEO of Turning Point, my advice, I'm gonna give her PR advice as I have given Meghan Markle PR advice, and we're gonna be talking about Meghan in a minute. I'm going to give Erica Kirk urgent advice. The same way that Steve Jobs back in the day, maybe that backfired, but well, this is the same. The same way that Steve Jobs had to find a CEO for Apple back in the day, and he went for Pepsi's Jake Scully. Again, that did not turn out well, but that is important because that way then Steve Jobs could focus on products and not in the running of the company, of Apple back in the day. The same way Erica Kirk absolutely should either name one of the TPUSA dudes CEO or look for somebody outside TPUSA, which would require for Erica to have the clout to just tell the TPUSA dudes to shut up, because I think that she is about to take the fall for things that she had absolutely no say. She had nothing to do with, and that is going to be Marissa Mayer levels of destruction. I mean, I'm putting a lot of references here, but that's going to happen. That's going to be Marissa Mayer at Yahoo level of destruction, and I don't think. Again, I don't think that Erica Kirk had anything to do with the Charlie Kirk's assassination, of course, but I do think that she trying to lead some way or another. Turning Point is not going to end well for her, because there's a lot of stuff, a lot of loose ends that I'm sure that she has no awareness about. And if she does have awareness of this is going to be even worse. She has to look for a CEO even quicker, because people are not going to stop digging into this in every way imaginable. And I'm not going to lie, I am here for this. Again, I have nothing against Erica Kirk. I don't think that she has anything to do with nothing, with the assassination or whatever TPUSA was working. Then you might be asking the question. Then you think Charlie Kirk was aware of what was going on? This is a problem, and this is a problem in which I think this is too fresh or too soon to be talking about these topics. But I think that an organization like TPUSA, you need a lot of people handling many moving parts. And you can be aware of most of those moving parts, but the things of delegating is that you have to delegate responsibility over those moving parts. Was Charlie Kirk aware of absolutely every single moving part while simultaneously knowing that he had to be the literal face of TPUSA and be in all these events, that the events were the most important thing, because he had to go, he had the ability to debate, had the ability to raise money. He was wearing so many hats at the same time. Was he aware of everything that was going on? I think that it was massive. When you look at the massive scope of what is TPUSA, though that was not easy. And of course it was. It all hinged around Charlie Kirk's figure. I think that Erica Kirk should. I wouldn't be surprised that she's gonna do that more sooner than later. She's gonna. I don't know if she's gonna name Andrew Colbert or so. I have no idea. I have no idea. But that's something that they should be. She should be doing sooner than later. And yeah, people are completely obsessed. And I see